Hi, and welcome to Castanet's Weekend Review. I'm Madison Erhardt with your top stories from this week. The Okanagan Falls Volunteer Fire Department and BC Coroner Service has confirmed a man in his 70s died in a fire Thursday evening in the Peach Cliff Estates Mobile Home Park. Fire crews were called to the home shortly before 5 p.m. for a barbecue fire, but arrived to a fully engulfed home. It quickly spread to the side of the house, caught the car on fire, and the car fueled the house with the gas tank, and it just took off from there, said OK Falls Fire Chief Rob Oliver. Fire crews were called on scene for 5 hours until about 10 p.m. dealing with the fire. The victim of the fire has been identified by neighbors as longtime resident of the area, Wayne Rundle. Classes at Vancouver Career College on Pandosy Street in downtown Kelowna were cancelled Thursday due to a small fire in a recycling pile in a laneway beside the building. It didn't take long for police to match up video surveillance of images to a suspect. Video captured by Castanet surveillance cameras showed a woman deliberately setting a fire in a recycling pile by the building. Upon reviewing the footage, police were able to positively identify the suspect as a woman known to them, said Corporal Jesse O'Donoghue. The arraignment for a well-known Penticton panhandler has been postponed for 2 weeks. Paul Varga, the lawyer defending Paul Brand, said the city of Penticton hasn't disclosed the evidence against his client. Paul Brand has received 8 tickets from bylaw officers last year for obstructing a breezeway in Penticton's downtown. Vraga alleged the city's bylaw department was writing those tickets against Braun before they actually visited the breezeway. The city of Penticton's lawyers, Troy D'Souza, argued that there has been substantial time for disclosure of evidence to Braun and his lawyers. He says documents were provided to Braun directly on November 20th and letters were delivered to his lawyer more than a week ago. The arraignment will take place on January 25th, but where Braun is expected to plead either guilty or not guilty for his infractions. A woman was rushed to hospital after she was shot in an apartment on the 3700 block of the 24th Avenue of Vernon early Saturday morning. Vernon RCMP Constable Kelly Bratt said a 49-year-old woman sustained life-threatening injuries when she was shot early after 1 a.m. and she remains in hospital. The investigation is still in its early stages, however, preliminary information suggests that it wasn't a random attack. Constable Brett said police do not believe the public is at risk. A West Kelowna father is dead after he collapsed on a snowmobiling outing in the Greystokes area with family and friends. RCMP were made aware of the man in distress inside a sledder's cabin on the Greystokes trails at about 12:40 p.m. on Monday. Police said a sledder traveled about 20 minutes by snowmobile to call 911. Central Okanagan Search and Rescue, Vernon Search and Rescue helicopters, Big White Fire Department were engaged to assist. Emergency crews were challenged with poor cellular and radio reception, said Robert Braun, COSTAR research manager. The man's family and friends that were with the man performed CPR on him while emergency crews were en route. The helicopter, which rescue team Vernon Search and Rescue Team was able to land on a nearby lake, and they were able to send their members into the cabin where they worked on the gentleman. The man was pronounced dead at the scene when emergency medical crews by Vernon Search and Rescue helicopter arrived. The man has been identified as Mike Milligan, 39, of West Kelowna. Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman were spotted at Silver Star Mountain this week. It's rumored the famous couple owns a home at the Star and visits often during the winter months. Urban and Kidman have been spotted in Vernon area before, including the time they were spotted cheering on the Vipers in 2012. That's it for this week's Weekend Review. For Castanet News, I'm Madison Erhardt.
Looking for things to do? Find our event section under our blue Our Town button in the yellow masthead. Also, post an event for free anytime.